morning, guys. Today I talk about the funniest and most interesting questions that I get about my car. Well, welcome back, everyone. It's very early in the morning, 7:20 a.m. As you can see, the sun hasn't even come up high enough for the screen to turn on yet. But anyway, I've had this car now for over 26,000 miles, 7.5 months I think it is at this point. And I've had some very interesting comments and questions about the car. So first I wanted to start with the most common questions that I get. And one of the more common questions is, it just simply, is that a Tesla? I think, oh, there we go, daylight, the screen just came up. So I think for many people, they may know that it looks vaguely familiar, but they're not 100% sure that it's a Tesla. So it has that Tesla look to it, but a lot of people aren't sure, so they'll just ask me if it's a Tesla. Another common comment or question that I get is, what kind of mileage do I get? And it may surprise the Tesla devotees that don't own one yet to know that most people assume that a Tesla is almost like a Chevy Volt, that it's mostly electric but there is a gas engine on board. That's what many people assume. So then they're surprised when I tell them, well, as a purely electric car, you know, there isn't gas mileage, but it's the equivalent of 130 miles to the gallon, and we kind of talk about that. So that's an interesting one. And another comment that I get pretty often is that the car is bigger than they assumed it would be. Now, this is for people that know what a Model 3 is and that they've seen pictures online but haven't seen the car yet. Model 3s in my area are becoming common enough that a lot of people have seen them, but up until a couple months ago, they were very, very rare to see out here, and that was a comment that I got very often. Obviously, people ask how I like my Tesla. That's probably the number one question that I get. How do you like your Tesla? And obviously, I love it, and I go into it. I've had a couple people, though, that have asked the question, and it seems rude, but I don't know, maybe it is genuine for some people. And that question would be, how does it feel to buy a car from a company that's going bankrupt? Now, again, I think for some people they'll ask that question in a very snide way, but for other people I think it's a sincere question that, you know, why spending 50 grand, $50,000+ on a car that I may not be able to get serviced, you know, how is that? Well, we all know that at this point Tesla is very profitable and things are going well for them. But I got that question a number of times before they had that profitable quarter. Some other comments that people have made is that I must be rich, and I've talked about this a little bit in some of my other videos in the past, and I'll word it this way: that anyone that can live, I live in northern Illinois, and it's expensive to live out here. The median income is like $77,000, $78,000 or something like that. So we are in a relatively affluent area, and obviously there are wealthier areas in the country and wealthier areas in the world, but we are in a relatively wealthy county in the United States, which is a wealthy nation worldwide. So anyone that can live, you know, middle income, upper middle income type of deal in northern Illinois, from a worldwide standpoint, is wealthy. And when I talk to my kids about this, I let them know that, hey, we live in a wealthy area. We have a number of friends that have much more than we do in resources. However, worldwide, we are actually quite wealthy. There's a white Model S going by. Beautiful car. I just love Teslas in white. Anyway, so that's another question that I get, or comment, that you must be wealthy. Well, again, worldwide, yes, I consider myself very wealthy by world standards, but for the location that we live in a townhouse. I mean, we're doing well. We're fine. I could afford this car, but I'm not a millionaire, and so that's a misnomer, and I think that comes from everybody's run across one person with a P100D or a Model X or something that was $150,000. and the sun's coming up, so sorry about the glare. Anyway, so those are interesting, common questions and comments that I get. Just a quick little video for you guys. But I've got some other fascinating comments and statements that people have made, but I'm saving those for other videos because they lead into a deeper discussion on other things. And one other thing, and maybe I'll do a separate video just on assumptions that people have. You know what? I'll tell you what, I will save that for another video. So anyway, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you're looking to buy a new Tesla, my referral code will be a link in the description below. Go ahead and use it and get some aid on supercharging expense. And for those of you that are wondering, I currently have 20 referrals, and so things are going well in the referral department. But anyway, thanks guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.